Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, October 23rd slate of NFL action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We have a great slate, there's no doubt about that, but I do think this might be the trappiest Sunday that we have seen in a very, very long time. But I'm super excited to dive into it nonetheless. We do have a lot of games that we will need to talk about. I found 3 plays that I do really like. There's, plenty of plays out there. So if you guys do want to know some more of my leans, make sure that you guys do follow me on Action. You guys can see pretty much all the plays that I do like for the day. But without any further ado, don't want to waste too much more time. We are currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. You guys crushed the sub count over these last couple days since the NBA season has started, and you guys actually did hit the 7,000. So we will be doing that NBA jersey giveaway next Tuesday. So it'll be the 25th, I believe. Yeah, 25th we'll be doing the NBA jersey giveaway, so make sure that if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys do have a chance to be able to win that jersey. But without any further ado, quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into these plays, like I said. But we'll do a quick recap first. So we'll talk about the Thursday night football game that we did have. We ended up having 3 plays for it. We were actually pretty close on most of them, except for the spread, of course. So we did have the Saints +1 versus the Cardinals. No luck there whatsoever. Cardinals ended up winning by a pretty decent amount. Then we had Zach Ertz under 48.5 receiving yards. That one did end up working out. I think he finished with 2 receptions for 20-something yards. Zach Ertz really wasn't, he didn't even get targeted very much, so that one ended up hitting pretty easily. Then we had Kamara, over 64.5 rushing yards versus the Cardinals at -115. This one started off great. He had 37 rushing yards in the first quarter of the game. Then after that, it was more so the Saints ended up throwing 2 pick sixes. And so from there, they had to play catch up, so they really didn't run the ball very much. He ends with like 49, I believe. It was, if they were a little bit closer to the game, like in the game, I feel like Kamara would have hit this so easily, but, it is what it is. 37 in the first quarter seems like a lock, but you know how the NFL works, especially when it comes to gambling. So, it is what it is, but without any further ado, 1 and 2 on our plays, but we'll go ahead and bounce back, and today's the day. So, without any further ado, our first play of the day, we are going to be taking the Cowboys and the Lions over 49 points here at -110 odds. Now, the line movement has already occurred in this game. The line has moved from 47.5 now up to 49. I still like it at 49. I really do. I see a ton of touchdowns scored in this game, and I feel like the line movement is for good reason. Detroit is the 3rd best offense in football when it comes to just points per game. Dallas is 23rd, so they have not necessarily been the greatest offense, but they have bumped up to 21 points per game over the last 3 weeks, and I think if they can get anywhere near that or even more than that, I think that we absolutely crush this. Detroit is also last when it comes to points allowed, so they are the worst statistical defense in football, and Dallas is 3rd. So Dallas is actually a pretty good defense, of course, but they ended up giving up 26 points last week in their divisional game versus the Eagles, and I know that the Eagles are a great team. They are obviously great. There's no questioning that. But Detroit is a very good offense as well. In my personal opinion, I think that Detroit actually has a very, very solid offense, and I think that they can put up some touchdowns here versus Dallas. So I think that the Cowboys will get probably around 28-ish, and I think that the Lions are going to be able to take it the rest of the way. So without any further ado, that is going to be our first play of the day. Cowboys and the Lions over 49 points at -110 odds. Now for our second play of the day, like I said, today seems like a trappy day. So we are going to try to get this figured out. We're taking Bengals, -6.5 here versus the Falcons at -110 odds. I get it. Falcons have looked great. Not even just good. Not even good. Not even okay. They have looked fantastic. Even with the quarterback struggles that they do currently have. The Falcons are 6-0 against the spread. So why am I taking Bengals? Because why are the Bengals favored by a whole touchdown versus the Falcons if the Falcons are truly 6-0 against the spread? Bengals are only 4-2 against the spread, so definitely profitable, but still, they're not 6-0. The Falcons are the only team in the NFL that's 6-0 against the spread, and the Bengals, they have covered in 3 of their last 4 weeks. They have started to play a lot better here recently. And with that being said, since they have been playing better, I think that this is a spot that they can bounce back. Joe Burrow obviously led this team to a Super Bowl appearance not too long ago, and this is going to be the resurgence week. I feel it for Joe Burrow. I think that the Bengals do end up getting this one done, making a statement here versus the Falcons, laying the points 6.5. I think that they can win by a touchdown or more. So that is going to be our second play of the day. Also, Cincinnati is a top 10 defense by the numbers, just based off of points allowed per game. They don't allow a lot, so the Bengals are a very solid defense as well. So that is going to be our second play of the day. Bengals minus 6.5 versus the Falcons at minus 110 odds. Now for our third and final NFL play of the day, we got the Jets and the Broncos, and I'm taking the under 37 points here at minus 110. You talk about some insane line movement. This line has moved from 43.5 all the way down to 37. They do not expect a lot of points scored in this game, and I get it. It makes sense why they don't expect a lot of points scored in this game. Denver is fourth in points allowed, one of the best defenses in NFL. And the Jets, they are 17th. But in the last 3 games, the Jets defense really has started to lock up, only allowing 15.7 points per game in their last 3 games. Definitely very solid. I think that if they can allow the Broncos to like 14 points, or maybe even just a touch over that, I think that this under really does hit. Denver is also dead last in points per game. One of the worst, actually, by the numbers, statistically, the worst offense in football, and I don't really expect that to change. I mean, Denver, the Jets defense has looked very solid. There's no doubt about it. They're kind of in that middle tier. They've actually surprised a lot of people, including myself. I didn't think that the Jets were going to be nearly this good. And the Jets, they are only 11th when it comes to points per game. So they're a good offense, but they're still in that middle echelon there when it comes to just how good they truly are. So I definitely do like this under. I almost made it my King Skill Shot play of the day, but I just was a little bit nervous about it. So I didn't want to be forcing too many plays, especially for a slate that I really didn't like. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. We are taking the Jets and the Broncos under 37 at minus 110 odds. Now, when it comes to leans, I will talk about a couple that I did consider. I do think that Jacksonville ends up winning and covering the -3. I know it seems weird, but like I said, I think it's a trappy day. But I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars can get it done there. I also did like the Commanders plus 4.5. I know that, once again, it's ugly, but the over-under is slowly creeping down, and I think that the Washington Commanders can actually shock some people this week. Green Bay has not looked good, and I do think that the Commanders can get it done. Also, another game that I did like Baltimore to win by a touchdown, so I would lay the number against that team, against the Browns. I think that the Ravens can get it done. I think just asking for just a one-touchdown win versus Baltimore, who hasn't necessarily looked great, time for them to turn it around, and I think that they can do that just now. So those are going to be some of my favorite leans. If I had to pick a lean also in the Jets and the Broncos game, I would pick the Broncos just because the Jets have looked tremendous. So I think that I think a lot of people are going to be on them, but I don't really know. So those are kind of my favorite leans of the day. I would say those first 3 that I had, those ones were definitely my favorite. But without any further ado, that is going to be it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. I'm mostly an NBA guy, but I do a lot of NFL here too, so if you guys are interested in NBA, make sure that you guys do sub to me as well. But without any further ado, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.